and welcome to R1 Unrated Podcast. I am your boy, the Real King of Spades. Alright, so sit down, relax. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna say this well. I'm gonna tell you how I used to live in Mountain View, California. Okay, so as you may know, I was born and raised in Mountain View, California. That is my hometown. Okay, that is my hometown. So Mountain View, California is my hometown. Okay, so it all happened like when I was a little kid. Okay, I was a little kid. I think I was like maybe like 4 or 5 years old at the time. I am not too sure, but yeah, I was like 4 or 5 years old at the time. But I was a little kid. But get this, the fact that I was mean to my mom and my grandma, I used to kick my mom and my grandma in the leg. I was like a mean kid. I used to kick my mom and my grandma in the leg. And guess what? I used to get in trouble. My mom and my grandma used to call my uncle. My uncle scolded me for doing that, you know. I was like so mean to my mom and my grandma. I used to kick them in the leg. You know, I didn't know what I was doing, you know, when I was a little kid, but sure, I was like mean. But, you know, that was those days. But yeah, so, like I said, I used to live in Mountain View, California. My grandma owned that house for a very long time. Now, so yeah, my grandma owned that house. We lived there for a very long time. But the reason why, I don't know the reason what for she had to sold the house for, but you know, I kind of liked that house. You know, the house was amazing. It had a big, huge backyard. But I don't know why my grandma sold that house. But she did. She sold that house. Yeah, she sold that house. The reason why she sold the house, I don't know. I just don't know why she sold the house. But yeah, I think I was like 4 or 5, like around there. As you may know, I am getting over the stomach flu over the past weekend that I had. So that's the reason why I didn't do this podcast. So I apologize to everyone out there. But yeah, so the reason why my grandma sold the house, I don't know. I was a little kid, so I don't know. The house was really nice, as you know. Okay, so if you hear the neighbor's dog, you know, our neighbor's dog downstairs, ignore that. Dogs will be barking, so ignore that. Okay, so yeah, the reason why my grandma sold her house, I don't know what for. I don't know why she even sold the house, but the house was really nice. It was amazing. So yeah, So yeah, my grandma sold her house, and I don't know why she even sold the house, but like I said, the house was really nice that I used to live in Mountain View, California. The backyard was big. Um, it's like you could play football there. Well, the backyard wasn't too big, but you know, big enough that you could play like sports and all that. But yeah, we lived there for a long time in Mountain View, California. That house was my hometown. You know, you know, like I said, I was a little kid at that time, but I think I was turning 6 at that time or 7. I am not too sure how old was I, but yeah, I'm sure I was a little kid. You know, I used to go to school in Mountain View, sorry, I used to go to school in Mountain View, California. So yeah, I used to go to school there. Yeah, I was like maybe like 6 or 7 at that time. But at first I was like 4 or 5. You know, I was like so mean to my mom and my grandma. I used to kick them in the leg. But yeah, I used to get schooled a lot. And my uncle told me like, if you kick your mom and your grandma in the leg, I'm gonna hang you upside down. But you know, I totally learned my lesson of doing that, kicking my mom and my grandma in the leg. It's like I was like so mean at that time, but you know, as soon as what my uncle said, like, if you keep doing that, I'm gonna hang you upside down. Yeah, I learned my lesson of that. But so yeah, like I said, I used to go to school in Mountain View. I don't know what name was the school, but yeah, I used to go to school over there. I think I was like 6 or 7. Not too sure, cause you know, I don't know how old was I at that time. But I think later at that time, I was like, yeah. So I think I was having like either my 6th or my 7th birthday. I had fun, you know, at my grandma. You know, when my grandma had that house, I really had fun. You know, I had a lot of friends there. Yes, I did. I had a lot of friends. But I don't know why my grandma sold that house. It was a really nice house, though. It was. If I could show you that picture, I would. If I could find it. If I could find it on here. If I could find it. So yeah, it was like a house that I used to live in. I don't know which house, but these apartments I know in Mountain View, California. These apartments I know, you know. But yeah, this house was a little bit closer. Like when you keep on walking, you keep on walking all the way straight, keep on walking some more, and then our house was like right there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what house was it, but it was a nice house. Yeah, my grandma has some nice house. You know, a really nice house. So if you hear me coughing, you know, I'm trying to get over this cough that I had. That I had like with the stomach flu and all that. But I still have a bad cough. But yeah, so yeah, my grandma's house was huge. Like, you could play football in the backyard. You know, you could do sports. But yeah, that house was amazing. My cousins and all that spend the night, you know, at that house, you know. I had a lot of family staying the night at that house. It was those days, you know. So yeah, it was those days. But yeah. But yeah, you know, it was those days like when you had cousins spending the night at the house, aunts, uncles, and they all come and visit you for Thanksgiving and all that. But that house was memory. Okay, that house was memory. But I think I was still like I think I was like 6 or 7, I think. And then for my 8th birthday, I think that's when my grandma had to sell her house. She had bad news that she was selling the house to some lady. I don't know, some lady. Some lady bought our house. You know, it was an amazing house. Um, I still like that house. You know, it was an amazing house. I wish, you know, I was still living in that house. That house brings back memory. I think there was like 4 bedrooms. 4 bedrooms. 4 bedrooms. Like, okay, so the hallway. I think the hallway was like this. The hallway was like this, curved like this. I'm not too sure. The hallway was like this, curved like that. So the room my grandma was in, but and then my grandma switched rooms. So her room was by the bathroom. You know, by the bathroom. Her room was like by the bathroom. My room was like, if I could remember it, my room was like right here, almost by the living room. So yeah, my room was right there. You know, I was a little kid at that time. So, you know, if I could remember, yeah, I did remember. Um, but yeah, it was a really nice house. Um, the kitchen was big. I tell you, the kitchen was big. Kitchen was the kitchen was big. Um, the dining room was a little bit big. Not compared to this, but the dining room at my grandma's house was huge. That you could fit like a lot of families, have families over. So yeah, I think there was this one time my grandma used to do game night, bingo. My grandma loves playing bingo. I think it was me, my mom, and my grandma. We used to play bingo. Um, it was a lot of fun, but my grandma used to win. Yeah, my grandma used to win. Playing bingo. Um, but other than that, you know, I still like that house. Even though my grandma had to sell it, and that's how we moved to Stockton, California. Yeah, so we moved to Stockton, and I've been living here all my life in Stockton now. But every summer, I still, me and my wife goes to Mountain View, California for the summertime. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, I think me and my wife are going to Razzmatazz in June. Um, yeah, we're gonna go to Razzmatazz in June. Um, that's gonna be in June. I don't know what date will be, but yeah, you know, Wild 94.9, Razzmatazz is a great concert. Me and my wife went there twice. The first time was 2019. This this one that we went was in 2022 of June, and we're gonna go again in June. I don't know what date, but we will. We will go there again, but I don't know what date. Um, so yeah, like I said, like I said, my grandma's house was pretty big. Like families used to come over. My aunts used to come over to the house. But I still miss that house. But because that house brings back memories. Like okay, like say like someone sells a house, okay? Say like one of your family sells a house, and you had to move over here to Stockton. That house brings back memories. Okay? It brings back memories. Like when you have aunts, uncles visiting you, that house is so memorable. You know, like I said, that house is memories. But like I said, I was a mean kid. Okay. So this is gonna get a little bit juicy, okay? Okay, so I was a little baby, okay? I was a little baby. Okay, so when my mom had me, I was a baby. So my mom told me, because I was a mean baby, okay? I don't know if some of you all, did this or done this, okay? So I was a little baby, okay? My mom had me when I was a little baby. My mom had me when I was a little baby, okay? So my mom used to feed me a bottle, okay? Okay, so you all were a little baby as well too. when your parents feed you with the bottle, okay? So my mom feed me with the bottle, okay? She fed me with the bottle, but I was a mean baby, so I used to throw my bottle over the fence, and then my mom told me, if you throw your bottle one more time over the fence, don't cry. Then guess what? I throw my bottle over the fence, and guess what? I never cried. I never cried from a bottle back. I never cried. I never cried. I know it was funny, but I never cried, you know. I never cried on that thing. You know, I was a good baby, but I never cried. I used to throw my bottle over the fence. And, you know, my mom told me, if you do that one more time, don't be crying for your bottle. Man. I never cried from a bottle. I know most of you all were little babies as well, too. So, you know. So, yeah, you know, like I said, I was a little baby myself. But, yeah, you know, like I said, the house was so memorable. Now, I do have a real dad. Excuse me. I do have a real dad. He's in Yakima, Washington. I think I only seen him one time when he came to visit me. But, my dumbass hid underneath the table, and I told him he's not my dad anymore. So, you know, I was a little kid at that time. I didn't know, you know, but my dad surprised me. You know, my dad surprised me, and, you know, my aunt brought my real dad to visit me in Mountain View, California, and my dumbass hid underneath the table like a dumbass. I really didn't know my dad at that time, but, you know, my dad wanted to see me, but my dumbass hid underneath the table. I said, I think I said he wasn't my dad anymore, but, you know, stuff that I said when I was a little kid. I was a little kid. I didn't know nothing at that time, but, you know, but I did speak to my dad one time. I had his, I'm not gonna say it on here, but I did have his phone number and all that. But I used to call him. I used to talk to my brother, my stepbrother. I used to talk to my stepsister. That was those times. But I do have another stepsister. I think in Mountain View, California. I still have another stepsister. Yeah. I think my stepsister name is Sylvia. Yeah. I think that's her name. Sylvia. I think. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Yeah. So, you know, those days were amazing. You know, my grandma's house. Then my grandma had to sell her house to some lady. I think the lady kept the house the way that it is. There was, I think some part were changed, but some wasn't though. But she did put gates on it, you know. But there was a nice tree that my grandma used to grow, like, I think like lemon or peaches. But I think the lady took it out. Yeah, you know, it was amazing. You know, it was amazing. You know, like I said, I still miss that house. Um, you know, I still miss that house. Like I said, but you know, it was like an amazing house. I wish I could have showed you in this picture, but I don't know what house was it. But the house that I know, it was amazing. Um, yeah, it was an amazing house. It was an amazing house. Yeah, it was a house. Um, I don't know what house was it, but yeah, it was an amazing house. That my grandma had. Yeah, it was an amazing house though. But yeah, it was an amazing house. So yeah, I don't know what house was it, but like I said, my grandma had a really nice house. But let me tell you, I do remember this apartment that me and my mom used to walk by. Um, we used to go visit my aunt at her apartment. You know, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. I remember this town. I remember that apartment because when you walk, I think when you walk, you keep going straight, keep going until you arrive at the other apartment, and then right behind that apartment was our house. Okay, our house was right there. But like I said, I do not remember the street. If I remember it, I would remember it a long time ago. But I do not remember the street. But like I said, that house was amazing. I wish it was on here, but like I said, I cannot find it whatsoever. Um, I wish I could find that house. I wish I could find that house. Um, like I said, that house was really nice. Yeah. Like I said, my grandma's house was really nice. Okay. My grandma's house was really nice. Like I said, I don't know the house that she was that my grandma had, but it was really nice. So yeah, I definitely don't know the house. I don't know what house was it, but I do not know the house that she was that my grandma had, but obvious it was really nice. But like I said, me and my mom used to go to this park. The school that I went to, I used to go to school there. Think it was Thurkoff, whatever it's called, Thurkoff School. But yeah, that's the school I went. I think, yeah, that's the school I went. I used to get up in the morning. My mom used to take me to school in the morning. And yeah, I used to go to school there. Um, so yeah, that school that I went, it was an amazing school. But every time um, I used to go buy pizza, there was this round table pizza that had those mini pizzas. Okay, the mini pizzas that I used to eat when I was a kid. I used to eat mini pizzas from round tables for only $5. But now these days, round table is expensive. Can you believe it? Round tables is expensive. Like I said, round table is expensive now. So yeah, okay, so this is the school that I went. This school here in Mountain View, California. That's the school that I went there, okay? So yeah, I went to that school so yeah, I went to that school hold on. I'm going to show you the school that I'm going to show you, okay? Okay, so there's Mountain View High School. But yeah, the school that I went, it was in Mountain View, California. Okay, so this is the school that I went right here, okay? It still looks the same, but this is the. Sorry, hold on. This is the school that I went right here. Thurkoff School. It was a nice school, I used to go there. So yeah, that school I used to go there. Um, when um, when I was a kid, I used to go to that school. See, that's the school that I went. This one right here. See, that's the school that I went. Um, it was an amazing school. Um, yeah, I used to go to that school. Um, I think I was a little kid. But yeah, I used to go to that school. So yeah, I used to go to that school. It brings me back. It brings me back memorables when I used to go to that school. And me and my mom used to buy pizzas. I mean, those mini pizzas, like I said, from round tables. We used to have picnics there. We used to have picnics there. That was those memorable days that I used to go to school, you know. But like I said, when my mom was still alive, me and my mom used to go to round tables, buy the $5 mini pizzas, have a picnic, you know. You know, like I said, those mini pizzas were like $5. But now these days, round tables are expensive. You know, round tables are expensive. Like, you know, like if you get like a pizza, if you get like a large pizza, $21. It's like, it's expensive. It's like, it's like most people don't have that money to get round tables because it's expensive. But yeah, those pizzas were like $5 those days in Mountain View, California. When I used to live there, those pizzas were like $5. $5 for the mini pizzas, not for the large, for the mini pizzas. If you remember those, comment down below. You know those mini pizzas from round tables, $5. You know that was those days. But like I said, me and my mom always used to have picnics over there. Like I used to eat those mini pizzas. I used to eat them. I used to go to round tables, get those mini pizzas, and then yeah. But now those days, round tables are expensive. Like if you get a mini pizza, I think it's like six or excuse me. Okay, so like I said, if you go to a round table pizzas and you ask for mini pizzas, I think it's like $6 or $7 now. Just for a mini pizzas. Now, Mountain Mike's does has mini pizzas. They do. But I don't know how much is it. It could be $5 or maybe $6. I'm not too sure. But round tables are like $7. Maybe $6 or $7 or $8. I don't know. Just for a mini pizzas. But like I said, when I was a little kid, those mini pizzas were like $5. $5 for mini pizzas for round tables. It would, okay, watch. If I pull it up, mini pizzas for round tables, you're gonna say that's outrageous, okay? Right here. think this pizza right here. Look at that. The mini pizzas right there. Hold on. If I could find a better one, I'll let you guys see it, okay? Yeah, like I said, for those mini pizzas, it was like $5. If you all remember that, Round Table's mini pizza is $5. Comment down below. But yeah, like I said, those mini pizzas were like $5 when I was a little kid. When I was a kid, those mini pizzas were like $5. But now these days, there's like maybe like $6, $7, or $8. I don't know. But it used to be called those mini pizzas. There was a small one and then the mini pizzas. I think the mini pizzas used to get like, I think like 10 slices, I think. Yeah, 10 slices for the mini pizzas. You used to get like 10 slices. 10 slices. But now these days, mini pizzas are like, like $6, $7, or $8. It's still worth it, but I wouldn't buy it, for just a mini pizza for being like maybe like $6, $7, or $8. I don't know. But like I said, my grandma's house was huge, big. Like, it's like you could play sports, We did have a swimming pool at that house. That my uncle built. We did have a swimming pool. Like I said, the backyard was huge. It's like you could play football there. Well, I think the backyard was like from here, from there, and then there was some fences right here. There was some fences right here. So yeah, it was quite enough big, But yeah, like I said, it was the nice house. But my grandma sold it, I was like kind of sad that my grandma sold her house. I was kind of sad that my grandma sold that house. It brings back memorable. I wish my grandma didn't sell the house, but she did. And then that's how we came here to Stockton. And like I said, I've been living in Stockton all my life. Yeah, I've been living in Stockton all my life. But like I said, I was born and raised in Mountain View, California. Mountain View, California is my hometown. Born and raised there. Now, if you've been to Mountain View, California, let me tell you this. The weather, cooler. Okay? The weather is nice and cool. Stockton here, it is a human desert. Like summertime, you do not want to go outside during the summertime. You want to stay inside here, crank up the air conditioning. Yeah. But like I said, Mountain View, California is cooler. Like, it's like, you go there, I think it is hot. I think it gets hot like I think it gets hot like during the night in the 90s. But 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 get this. Get this. It gets hot. Okay? Mountain View it doesn't get way too hot like Stockton does. Stockton, California gets way too hot, like into the hundreds, 104, 104. Mountain View, California stays cooler. Okay, it stays cooler there. When you go out there, you could feel the cool breeze. Like it's like it's like the cool weather, cause there's an ocean in Mountain View, California. Stockton doesn't have no ocean, okay? But let me tell you, Mountain View is the best. Now, if you go to Mountain View and you say, ooh, it is way cooler than Stockton, I will guarantee you that it is, the best. That's why it's the best. Like when you're taking a vacation, you go to Mountain View, California, you know. But yeah, like I said, me and my wife are going there in June for Razzmatazz. Yeah, me and my wife are going there for Razzmatazz. That will be in June. But I don't know what date will be Razzmatazz Wild 94.9 was Razzmatazz, if you know that radio station. So yeah, Wild 94.9 Razzmatazz. That will be in June. Okay, that will be in June. But I don't know what date will be but if I do, I will have another podcast. But like I said, maybe on the next podcast, I will have my wife on this podcast. Because right now, my wife, she watches her niece and nephews. She doesn't have time, but I will have my wife on this podcast. So, like I said, give this video a huge thumbs up, like and subscribe to R1 Unrated podcast. Excuse me. So, like I said, subscribe to R1 Unrated podcast. It's your boy, the Real King of Spades vlogs. The Real King of Spades. Sorry about that. So yeah, like I said, my grandma's house was huge. I wish I could have shown you more, but I remember those apartments, like when you keep on walking, you keep going and going. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. But until then, I will see you on the next R1 Unrated podcast. Until then, peace, and see you next time on the next podcast.